Thank you for making it to another episode of The Money Exchange with Patrina Dixon. And if you are watching us, I hope you are going to enjoy this episode. I appreciate you being here. But before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. It's those red letters that say subscribe. And wherever you're listening, make sure you're following. That will also let you know when I drop new episodes. So as you know, we're on schedule now. We're doing every first and third Tuesday. So that's when you know you're getting your new episodes. So again, I am Patrina Dixon, the It's My Money Lady. I'm here for all things money as well as entrepreneurship. And with me today, I have Latasha Peterson. What's up, Latasha?
Hey, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. So I follow this young lady across social media. She is doing her thing when it comes to blogging and side hustling. If you're not following her, I'm sure you're going to want to do so once you hear this episode. So Latasha, I said the word blogging. What is that? What is blogging? What is that all about?
So blogging is taking a piece of content and putting it on a website to help like your target audience through like blog posts, through written content.
Through written content. And you know what? Pardon me, I should say, who is Latasha Peterson? Let's start with that. And then we get into what blogging is. Who is Latasha Peterson?
Yes, absolutely. So I am a mom of 3 boys, to be exact. I'm a wife. I am a blogging coach. I'm a side hustle expert, and I am the founder of Arts and Budgets LLC.
All right. That's I love that. You're like, this is who I am. And I love bringing in the fact that you brought in that you're a mom and a wife, because I love that when we as content creators doing what we're doing, and then our children can like see that, they know that their options and possibilities are so much greater. So I love it. So how old are your children?
They are 5, 3, and 2.
5, 3, and 2. Okay. So they're still watching you.
They are.
They are. Okay. All right. So now let's talk about this blogging thing. Written content on a website. Like, how can that be so profitable? Like, people are probably thinking writing and putting it on a website. Right. How do you then turn that into what empire you've turned it into?
Yes, so absolutely. So there are many ways to monetize a blog. So you can monetize a blog through affiliate marketing, display ads, selling digital products, one-on-one coaching. So it's more than just the written content. The written content is just the beginning of it. But what happens is you create like this business that brings in your direct target audience. So you're picking a niche, focusing in on a target audience. And then after that, you're creating the type of content that they need and want. So you could start selling digital products like ebooks and courses. You could also do display ads on your website, which is passive affiliate marketing. You could also do one-on-one coaching, group coaching. You can also, I also do is work with brands on sponsor posts. So that's a really big one as well. So I work with a lot of brands that are relevant to my blog brand. So they're like personal finance brands. And then they're also like entrepreneur-like brands. So I work a lot with them as well. And I've been, and they find me like through my blog and also like platforms like Instagram.
All right. And you just said something. You said your brand is arts and budget. Like, what's the arts part of that?
Yeah. So my background is in theater and music.
Really? It is. No wonder your reels are so amazing.
Thank you. So yeah, my background is doing theater. I did like multiple like extra TV work, like on The Boss, Empire, and stuff like that. I've performed in different stage plays such as Hairspray and The Color Purple. So my background is in music and theater. And I was also in a group called Choices singing. We performed at the famous Apollo Theater. So my love for the arts has always been like a first love of mine. And I've also had a love for side hustles and like money. So I came up with arts and budget. But specifically, I focus on, when I first started the blog, it was for creatives, because a lot of creatives would come to me and say, how do you make extra money with side hustles? They would call me like the side hustle queen, right? A lot of them couldn't make enough money for everyday expenses. So I developed this passion to help them find side hustles. And that's how Arts and Budgets was born.
So, okay, girlfriend, you just dropped a whole bunch of, I'm like, pause, mouth open, because I am like in awe right now. Like, I knew of what you did in the money space and the blog and side hustle space, but you dropped some stuff that I didn't know about. So we got to unpack that a little bit.
Yes.
So let's go back to the arts topic for just a moment, you all. I know you want to hear about side hustle and budgeting, but I'd be remiss if I didn't let her bring that out a little bit more. So go there with the arts. Like, how did you go there? Are you still involved? Like, how does that? Yeah.
Yeah. So my husband is also in the arts too. He's a singer, mixing engineer, producer, songwriter. So me and him both have roots in that.
Okay.
It's one of the reasons why we connected when we were 16. So I've been knowing my husband for a long time. But I started like doing like singing ever since I was 16 in high school. I was in a female group called Choices. It was 4 of us, and we performed at a lot of different places at the famous Apollo Theater, like I was just saying. And then after that, I transitioned into acting. I started taking a lot of acting classes. I was at Columbia College Chicago, which is a acting, like a theater creative school as well. From there, I transferred to Governor State University, but I've always had a love for like performing, being like doing theater shows, and I auditioned for multiple shows. Like I said, I was in like the Hairspray, The Color Purple, and some other shows too, some theater plays that I've done. And I've always just had a love for singing. I absolutely love performing. And I think a big part of like when I speak, I feel like that theater side comes out when I'm like speaking to crowds now. I haven't done a lot of theater stuff since I've had my first child in 2016, but I am looking to get back into it. Since I was able to turn my blog into a business, it's kind of like now I can do one of the things that I've always enjoyed, which is singing and performing and doing, theater shows.
I love that so much. Oh my gosh. It almost seems like, so I don't know. This guy is coming to my head. His name is Kaplan, and I can't think of his last name, but he's a speaker, and he goes around to various different companies. Do you know him? Kaplan Mowbray, I think his last name is.
I'm not sure. I probably know if I see him.
No, he's not in the financial space, but he's a speaker. You can find him on LinkedIn. But one of the unique ways that he speaks, because a lot of people speak, a lot of people into money.
Yes.
He plays an instrument, and he comes on stage each time playing a piece from something on his instrument before he starts speaking. So as I think about you and what you just said, I almost feel like you should always have a piece that you sing that you enjoy when you start. I'm so serious.
That's so good. Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
I love that. Oh my gosh. You know what? Why I wanted to have you talk about that a little more, because I think what it, at least for me, what it shows is, into those hopefully that are listening and watching, is you don't have, it's not a one size fit all, right? You could do this budgeting thing as you're doing the things, like you talked about, the arts and theater. So it's really, you could be multifaceted. You can have several streams of income, like I know you just blogged about not too long ago. So, or put a reel out about not too long ago. So I think sometimes people think if I am this, then money, the way that people talk about money or the way they do blogging and have side hustles is different for me. No, you're in the arts, and that's not a common thing for arts and money to come together. So the way that you're doing it is great. I love it so much.
Thank you so much. It's like a passion of mine, because I feel like the money side came in because I wasn't like really taught a lot of financial literacy growing up, right? I didn't know how to budget. I didn't know how to set up an emergency fund. I didn't know any of that, right? Yes. So I developed a really huge love for that. And now I'm teaching my children, me and my husband, the things that we didn't learn about money when we were young.
Exactly.
How to invest, and teaching them even young. Like my 5-year-old loves math, so teaching him like about the money, how much you'll get back, and things like that. So that's really, really a big thing.
It's amazing, and I love that you're doing that. It's so funny. I was just talking to somebody not too long ago, and this is why I love like organic conversations, because you never know where it'll go, right? I was talking to somebody not too long ago, and I was a single parent for a very long time with my wonderful, beautiful daughter, whom I love. But I just did things, right? I wasn't a money coach at that time, right? So I would, do all of my banking and running and errands before I picked her up from school or from daycare, because, when she was younger, it was a chore to do that and bring her into the bank and all, not realizing that those were the opportunities that I could have taught her about money. And I'm like I'm bringing her into the bank. Like if I had picked her up, parked the car, went into the bank with her, that it would have been a thing that I probably thought was inconvenient at the time, but it would have been very helpful to her at the time. So now I do, like I like what you're saying, I teach people that now, because I missed out on being able to do that when she was a lot younger, because it was like it was convenient for me to do all and get all those things done before I picked her up. So when I did go to the bank with her, it was to the ATM, and she thought this machine just gives you money, not that you have to put money in there for it to come out, right? So I love that you're teaching your kids now, and they're at the age where it's being instilled in them really young. So that's really cool. So now you talked about this writing, putting it up on a computer, and money can be made from it. Like, oh my gosh. So how did you, okay, you're into the arts, then you stumbled upon this blog thing, I'll call it. How did did you come to realize passive income can be made from blogging? Because you couldn't just find that out from, being on the stage at the Color Purple. How did you figure that out?
Right. So I started following different bloggers such as like Michelle from Making Sense Out of Sense. And I was looking at how much they were like making, like Abby from Just a Girl and Her Blog. And I was seeing like all these different bloggers actually making a living from blogging. I'm like, what is this? I mean, I love to write, and I love talking about side hustles and ways that people can make passive income, make regular income. I've always had a huge love with that. And I started to like study what they were doing. And I was like so inspired. So I started to, I developed my blog and started to write. I just dove right in.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. And how long have you been doing it?
It's been 5 years.
5 years. Okay.
Went on 6 years, I believe. It may be 6 years, but no, I believe it's 5 years going on.
Okay.
6 years.
And then what sort of things did you have to do each year to get it to where it is right now?
Yeah. So like the first year I didn't make any money. So it was like trial and error, learning all the ins and outs of WordPress and things like that. After that, I started to study Pinterest and I started getting traffic towards the blog. And then after that, I started to, get traffic to the blog. So I was able to monetize it through display ads and affiliate marketing. And then I earned my first paycheck. And then I turned my blog into an LLC, Arts and Budgets LLC, when I started making, consistent money each month. And then after that, focusing in on, my niche, I was talking about a lot of different topics when I first started, but I niched down. I think when you niche down, you can really hone into a direct target audience. So when I first started, I was focusing on save money, frugal tips, side hustles, and budgeting. So I specifically started to niche down to just side hustles and also turning a side hustle blog into a business, of course, but that's along side hustles, making passive income through side hustles. And that's been like my bread and butter since like I've started. And it's been the area where I'm most passionate about too, which is helping people increase their income, create multiple income streams, and things like that. So that's where I niched down. And then from there, it just got even more and more people started to recognize me as someone, in the side hustle space, and editors and reporters were reaching out to me for different information about the best side hustles and things like that. So from there, it just went up.
I like that. So a lot of people talk about that, like niching down, right? And that's where I admittedly trying to figure out, I love teaching people, money management and how to get that right? Because I'm still a firm believer of budgets. I know you are as well. And side hustles, I have my whole business is a side hustle, right? Because I still work a 9 to 5. But niching down is something that it seems to contribute to the success in many different ways for podcasters, for bloggers, and things of that nature. When you did that, I guess I'm getting to the question of when you did that, did you still write about the other things you used to, like infuse it into the writing, but just more writing was about side hustles, or did you just go away from those other topics?
So I still wrote about them a little bit, but the main focus was definitely side hustles. Okay. And a little bit on my blog now, you will see like topics about money management and stuff like that, because I have a writer now, so he's helping me write the content as well. Okay. You will see topics about that as well, but a lot of it is like how to make extra money. Right. Okay. How much is this money? How much is $6,000? All about, the money aspect. But I do have a few blog posts on budgeting and, save money and stuff like that I still have on my blog too, that I may have written like even as soon as like as close as last year.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Got it. So now you mentioned people reaching out to you, brands, sponsors. What do you think is attributed to, what about what you're doing attributes to or attracts those that are reaching out to you or at that level?
Yeah. So I think it's like me being myself. I think so, like with the reels and stuff like that, bringing out the theater side of me and the acting side of me. So I like the interactive reels, losing like all the like the dynamics and stuff like that. And, and all that stuff. And I think it's one of it is just, me being me. I think everybody has something unique that they have, and honing into that, like everybody has a story too. And a lot of people forget that when they're trying to grow a business, they're trying to be like everybody else, but it's like, no, it's you. What do you have? Let's tap into that. That's what they want.
Yes, exactly right. So your blog, you talk about being very profitable. I know you're very transparent with that. You want to share here what sort of income you've seen last month or the month before, or if you want to do all of 2022, whichever you want to be transparent about?
Yeah, absolutely. So last month, I had my first 20K month. So I cannot believe that on average, I've been making about between $10,000 to $15,000 per month this year. So we are almost at 100K earned for the 1 year alone for just the blog.
Just the blog.
It will, yeah. So this month we will hit 100K. So I'm going to be doing something special for that on Instagram or something. It's a big milestone because
I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see, like, if you are not following Arts and Budgets, go and check her IG page out. Her reels are so awesome. I love them.
You.
I'm sorry to mean to interrupt. So
okay.
I can't wait. So this month, September, you're going to hit that number. So we should expect something.
Yeah.
Wow,
so
that's
100K earned for the year. And it's so funny because in 2020, I often talk about this. I think for the whole year, I'm being totally honest, I only made like $7,000, around 7 to maybe 7,500, somewhere in between there. I have to go back and look at the numbers, but it's around just like 7,000 to 7,500 for the whole year. And to sit here and say we are about to hit 100K earned this month in 1 year, and the year is not even out yet. Thank you, Jesus.
Listen, girlfriend, that's what I'm talking about. So, okay, so you mentioned 2020 happened to be the year that was a crazy year for, and no matter which business you were in, which company, the NBA, everybody took a hit in 2020, right? So let's talk about 2020, 7,500 thereabout to 100K from January to potentially September 30th. What do you think contributed to that level of success? That's amazing. And we're again, those of you listening and watching, one stream, that's a blog. She's defined the blog as writing words on a website. That's it. That's all it is. She does act and sing and do these things, but that's not what she's talking about. The one stream of income. So look, when I'm here to tell you, as you listen to Latasha tell you this, when you say that's for her or that's for them, that can be you too. She got a website, and she could hopefully share real quick. She got a website. She wrote words. Obviously, the words have to make sense, right? That's what. And she consistently did it. She niched down, and she's almost at 100K for 1 year, and the year is not even done. So don't say it's for other people. It can be for you. And to her point, talk about what you know about. If you don't know about cats, don't talk and write about cats. That's not the one you want to do. So cats are lovely. And for people that enjoy cats and people that write about cats do really well with that. But if that's not you, whatever it is, you can do it too. So I want you to know that. So back to you. How did you go from 2020 to the number you just dropped us on us that will hit for this month?
Right. So I think a big part of it was consistency, and then like studying other individuals. So not only was I writing blog posts, but then I started studying like the business side of it. I also got a business coach for 6 months, Dr. Tracy Timberlake, and she was showing me like the ins and outs of handling a business. I think every business needs some type of blogging coach or business coach or something just to get you to the next level. Invest in yourself. That's the best investment that you could ever do. And I highly recommend it. But it helped me start my coaching business as well when I was working with Dr. Tracy Timberlake, right? Mm-hmm. I knew about the blogging side, the SEO side. I started to learn more about that, and started, developing a strategy for that. But she helped me develop like my coaching, my one-on-one coaching, and figuring out all of that. And that was another income stream that added to the blog, right? Mm-hmm. So it was a big part of it was investing in myself, education, right? Getting around people that were already successful and seeing what they were doing and learning from them, and then staying consistent. No matter if nobody's watching you on Instagram, keep posting those reels, keep posting, keep giving that valuable content. I promise you something's going to open up, especially if you're creating valuable content for your direct target audience. You're staying consistent, doing the reels, doing the lives. People are going to start noticing it and joining those lives and watching those reels, and something's going to go viral, right? So be prepared. So be prepared before it actually happens.
Yes. I love it. I love it so much. And you said a few times here, your coaching program. So people that are watching are going to want to, how do I get more with this girl? Patrina, you only gave me a little bit. I need some more. How do they find Latasha? Where do they go and find, how do they get coached by you? How do they get in your program? Like people right now should, if you are watching or listening, you know that I bring forth money tips and I bring forth practical ways that you can earn additional streams of income. Latasha has shared how she did it and taking you from from 2020 to now. And she's wickedly transparent. She shares with you other side hustles that you can do as well, where you can earn it, platforms, all of that. So go and follow her so that you can find that information out. But Latasha, tell them about your course, tell them about your program, tell them about if they want to be coached one-on-one with you. How do they go and do that?
Yeah. So absolutely. So I have one-on-one coaching for like side hustle coaching. That's if you're trying to figure out what side hustle to do. I also do blog one-on-one coaching. So these are individuals that want to start a blog or have a blog and want to turn it into a profitable business. I also have the Blog for Profit Academy, which is my whole course. It's my baby. It's my signature course. It has 7 modules. It teaches you basically the framework that I have used to turn my blog into a profitable business that now gives me the opportunity to work remotely from anywhere. And the next time that'll be opening up will be in October. And those are the 2 main ways. You can also check out my website with a lot of information on side hustles and ways to make extra money at artsandbudgets.com. And you can always check me out on Instagram too, at artsandbudgets.com too. I share a lot of remote side hustles in general, and passive income streams, and also blogging tips on there too.
Yes. And her links will be down in the show notes. So if you're listening or watching below, you'll see the information regarding the programs that she just talked about. Well, really her website, and to bring you to her programs as well. So, and her social media handle. So if you were to give 3 tips, I know you did name a couple. You said invest in yourself, consistency, but specifically to blogging, what would you say if a person has been contemplating that, if they're inspired by your story today? You can either give 3 tips or just give one saying that you want to say to encourage them or motivate them to get started.
Yes, I would say go for it. Jump in and be yourself, right? Like whatever the case may be, always remember that you have a unique story, and that's your superpower, right? Everybody has some accomplishments and they have the journey that they went through to get there. What is that? Stay true to that and jump in, like better yourself. Like I said before, because that's the best investment that you could possibly do. If you dream about having a financial life that you've always dreamed about, you can totally, absolutely have that. And it all starts with you. You are one decision away from a totally different life.
Yes. You were dropping gems from every which way. And y'all, I said it here. So if she does this, know that it's my money lady told her. I want to, one of the times that you speak, I want when you walk into the room, you walk in or you end with some song. Something. I want, and then you gotta tell me when you do it. You gotta.
I know. I'm gonna say it's the my money lady.
Exactly right. So y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode as much as I enjoyed having Latasha on. Again, just one of my faves in the blogging and side hustle game. So she will be, both of us actually will be speaking at FinCon. So those of you that are watching this, the watching will probably be out before FinCon. If you listen to it, FinCon will probably be already over. But it's a financial conference that both of us have the wonderful opportunity to be speakers for our set topics, me for affiliate marketing, she for side hustle and blogging. So if you are watching, make sure you can tune in. You can still get a pass and check out FinCon as well. I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Always keeping it locked at The Money Exchange or It's My Money with Patrina Dixon on YouTube. And if you want any information on affiliate marketing, that link will be down below as well. You can check out Master Being an Affiliate. And if you're not on my newsletter where I let you know when I have things going on or events coming up, make sure you jump on that newsletter list as well. All right, make it a great one.